Then I'll hit record and then process it when we're done.
Okay.
And it could be
See, now I see it. Once you hit it, I can see it.
weird. Huh.
Or it just shows up as an icon letting me know it's being recorded, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so here in Filezilla, this is, we went over this briefly yesterday, but I'll just review very quickly. The left-hand side is your computer. So they give you two panels. One is for navigation and the other one is for pulling files over. So if in the top panel here, if I wanted to go into my documents, and this is my EMAS Pro folder, and here's my work folder. If I wanted to access my EMAS U files, there they are. And if I wanted to get to a particular file, let's just go to images. Let's say I wanted to pull over one of these files. That's how I would go and get it. And then over here on the right, this is where we would go to the FTP site, whichever FTP site we're going to. Dawn, from the explanation I got from Chris yesterday, he helped me to understand the way that he set things up for you. So it was me that was confused yesterday. I'm clear now. So basically what he did for you was to set up a direct link into your own FTP site that it sort of acts like a file sharing site. Basically, the reason why we didn't see any other folders is because we're not going to emaspro.com, for example, where there's a bunch of folders in there. It's just your upload place. So it's just that's why we didn't see any other folders. So normally, if I was going to do what I was just describing with that image file, the site manager is where you actually set up your credentials. So as you can see here, I have EMAS U Live, that's a site, and I can FTP into the files that live behind EMAS U with these credentials. Now, once this has been set up in Site Manager, like we're going to have you do in a minute, or maybe it's already stuck there from yesterday. Once that's been set up, this icon here, if you pull this little arrow down, it will give you all of the sites you have access to. So I have a bunch because I do web stuff, but you might just have the one, but maybe down the road you have more. So this is how you get to those. And since the Site Manager stuff has already been set up, if I wanted to go to the EMAS U files, all I got to do is click that thing, and it already knows my credentials and gets me in. So as you can see, all that stuff just popped up on the right. These are the files that live behind EMAS U.
Okay.
So if I wanted to pull that image over into the images folder, for example, I would just take that file and grab it with my mouse and drag it over here into the folder I selected and just drop it. Now you can see that transfer happening at the bottom. Sorry?
Is your screen frozen? My screen looks like it's frozen. Nothing's moving around. When you said grab and move, nothing's moving on my screen.
I have the same view.
Okay.
Oh. All right, so I will go back to the GoToMeeting window, and you guys let me know when you can see the gray screen again.
Nope, we're still seeing EMAS U Live. The data analytics _ graphic 01 PNG file is still highlighted in blue.
Okay, it's been about 15 seconds since that happened, so obviously there's a delay. I'm going to go ahead and not share my screen anymore, and then I will start sharing my screen once again, and we'll see if that can overcome this hiccup.
Okay.
Did you stop seeing my screen, or is it still frozen there?
I can now see the organizer, like the blank white screen that happens when you're changing from one presenter to the next. but it hasn't gone back to your screen.
I didn't reshare yet. I just wanted to make sure it went off. All right, I'm going to try sharing again. Okay, and let me know if you can see my screen now.
It's up.
And your right-hand side is populated where it wasn't before.
Okay, and do you see the blue highlight on the folder called Dynamic Forms Exports?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm going to try this again. If it fails again, I'm going to get off of this meeting and rejoin it on the desktop version of GTM because the browser version seems to be a problem for me.
Yeah.
Okay, one more time. If I wanted to take this image file over here, can you see me highlighting that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then I would grab it with my mouse and I would drag it over here into the right into this folder that I selected up here called Images. You just drag that file over there and drop it. You can see that transfer happening on the bottom. And now it will be there if we scroll down to the Ds.
Can I repeat what I think you just did? Alicia?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You just took the file on the left and moved it to the lower screen on the right. Is that correct?
It's not a move, it's a copy, but yes.
Sorry, so you highlighted it in blue with your mouse and then dragged your mouse over to the right and that copied it.
Yes.
But technically it was sort of like a drag and drop.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. When you did that, the folder at the top called Images was highlighted, but you didn't actively do that, right? It was because you were active in the Images folder in the bottom right quadrant.
No, so these are two different things. Like on the left over here in my site-based content folder, I have an Images folder. Mm-hmm. That's my stuff over there. Mm-hmm. Over here on the right, this is the EMASU files. So I selected the Images folder in the EMASU site, okay. And then I dragged and dropped that image into that folder by bringing it over here into this panel. So up here is where you see which folder am I in. Down here is the contents of the folder that you're in.
Okay, so in future, step 1 would be to go up into the top right quadrant, highlight the file you want to go in. Step 2 is go to the bottom left quadrant, take the file, drag and drop it into the bottom right quadrant.
Yes, I'm guessing you guys didn't see me select the Images folder because of the freezing thing, but I did indeed purposely go in here and look to find the Images folder, and then I clicked on that so that I would get the contents down here, and then I selected also my own Images folder, and I dragged and dropped that file over here. Now I just moved it somewhere else.
Okay.
So I'm going to disconnect from this server. This is the disconnect button with the little red X up here. If I click that guy, it's disconnected me from EMASU.
I'm sorry,
now I have nothing over here on the right.
Where are you clicking?
I'm showing you in real time, but this is obviously not working very well. So let me get off of here, and I'm going to rejoin on the desktop version, and that way you can see what I'm saying while I'm doing it.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
So I have discovered the beauty of bulk food chocolate-covered peanuts.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is, but unfortunately, they're all gone now.
How many did you eat?
Well, I thought I had enough for the week, for like a handful a day, but it's been that kind of morning.
That's why my office is away from my kitchen. I would be as big as a house if I got anywhere near I'd go upstairs to a spare bedroom and I close the door and I allow myself water and chapstick and then I'll go down and have lunch and bring it up and eat it. But yeah, I don't allow myself any
Oh my
snacks in
God.
here. Otherwise, I would snack the entire time.
It's been when I create, I snack. I don't know, it's one of those things. So I've been creating the conference program this morning. So, oh, it's not every day I do something like that. It's just my creation days. Oh,
You're laughing. It's brain food. Chocolate and peanuts are brain food.
oh, gosh. The M&M
Can I
company is
ask you a
mad at me
question, Sarah?
because peanut M&Ms used to be my thing, but now the bulk food idol. Oh, I'm very excited about that.
Okay, I'm back. Can you
Yay.
guys see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go over that one more time really quickly because of the lag issues. Sorry, that desktop version.
Okay.
Sorry, that the browser version of GTM just does not like me at all. So here we are over on the left in my files on my computer. I'm in my EMAS folder and I've selected the site-based content folder. I'm going to expand that one in order to get the contents of the site-based content folder. I'm going to click on the images folder. There are the contents of my images folder down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to connect to the EMAS site, with the shortcut menu right here with the arrow to the left or the right, and choose EMAS Live. You'll see the populating happen on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Here are the files that live on EMAS. I'm going to scroll down through the folders in here until I find this images folder. And when I click on that guy, you can see the contents down here changed because we're now seeing what is inside of the images folder. So if I wanted to take this file over here on the left out of my images folder on my computer and bring it into the images folder on EMAS, I would drag and drop that into the right side pane. You can see the transfer happening at the bottom. Once it's done, you'll see this message up here at the top that it was successful.
Cool.
And now if you scroll down, you can see that file right there. In order to disconnect from this server, this icon right here with the red X, this one right here, if you click that, you will be disconnected from the server and all of those contents go away. So that's generally the way that FTP works. So now what I'd like to do is switch over to Dawn if we can. Dawn, if you could go ahead and open up Filezilla, and then we'll get you set up in the site manager, though it may already be done from the work that we did yesterday.
Sure.
Let me see if I can switch presenter.
So here's me from yesterday. I'm going to log in. Oh, it looks like it kept everything.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about earlier when I said once it's set up in the site manager, all you really need to do is to go to that quick start menu and select it from your list, which will only have one thing. The certificate thing is fine. You can say okay to that. All right, so now you have basically the beginnings of any directory structure that you want. So my suggestion at this point, in the right side, in the lower panel, right click on the folder in there and say create directory, and then call this videos. Sorry, if you could cancel out of that, please. I don't want you to erase the backslash. Go ahead and right click on create directory.
Okay.
Right, so just type in there that it needs the backslash to know that it's a subfolder of that main folder.
Okay.
All right, so now you have a videos folder. If you wanted to divide that out further into different institution folders or different RFP folders, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to try to make any recommendations where that's concerned because it's a personal preference thing.
Okay.
But that is how you would do it, is to right click on that. You would either right click on the top folder, which is your root folder, to make a folder within that folder as a child, or you could right click the videos folder and make child folders in that folder too.
Okay.
It's up to you how you want to do it. So on the left-hand side, let's now go and navigate to where you have the video that you want to bring over. That's the one. Okay, great. So
yeah, it's on my desktop. It's right here.
Grab that puppy and just drag it over into your videos folder and drop it. And you'll see the transfer happening on the bottom. And there it goes.
Oh yeah. Yay. Now how do you so if I have to do this, do I just then send you an email and say, hey, I've got a video up. I guess, you know, this is the title of it. Can you grab that to put on YouTube so I can share it with the client?
Yes, that would be the way. And the thing that I didn't understand yesterday before I spoke with Chris was that the way he has this set up is just so that we can all get in here with those credentials that he gave you, including Sarah. So what we'll need is for you to go ahead and just forward us that email so we have the credentials. And then when you tell me, hey, Alicia, I got a video up there, go ahead and download it, put it up on YouTube. Then I will come into my Filezilla, log in with your credentials, and I will see the same thing you're looking at right now, and I'll get into your videos folder and I'll download the video file.
Okay.
So when the download happens, it is just like what I just showed you, except in the reverse, right? So you take the video from the right-hand side this time and drag it over into your files on the left. That's how you download.
Oh. Excellent. Now, is this something that, based on what Chris's email stated, that I should just probably do this with our videos, since my little laptop, for some reason, is not able to put them up on the G drive?
Does that happen every time you try to upload a video to the G drive, or was it just that one day?
Yeah, even the small one I recorded yesterday of our first file transfer was not wanting to go up, so it's...
Okay, yeah, then yes, I would definitely choose the FTP method.
Okay.
You don't want to take 8 hours to upload a video.
No. Been trying to do this since what, since Valentine's Day.
Alicia, sorry, Dawn, did we get you an external hard drive for your laptop?
No, ma'am.
Alicia, is that
is
that a benefit that we think Dawn should have?
If she's going to be storing a lot of videos, then yes, I would say yes, because videos take up a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get to a certain point with a certain number of videos, as I've discovered, it takes up your whole hard drive and you have no room for anything else. So yeah, definitely if she's going to have videos on her local drives, then she should have an external.
Dawn, when that comes to be an issue for you, would you mind putting in that request to Andy through and then over to Chris?
not a problem.
So if you look at the bottom panel there where the transfer is happening, you can see in the second field at the very bottom, first you have the time elapsed, and then it says 25:18 left. That's how long that this is going to take in order to finish. That's an estimate. Sometimes it takes less. But
Okay.
I don't think
you mean just email you when it's done?
Yes. Once it's got 100% and it says successful at the top, then you can go ahead and email me and let me know that it's up there. And then I'll just log in with your credentials after you forward those to us and go ahead and download it from there. And then I'll get it up for you. And then once I have it up on YouTube, then I'll send you the link and then you can share that out.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, you guys don't want to wait another 24 minutes, I'm sure.
Yep, I'm sure we all have other stuff to do, so. Does anybody have questions?
All right, well, thank you.
FTP?
Can Dawn let that run in the background and anticipate that the rest of her computer will be working just fine?
Yes, absolutely. You can minimize it and go back to work, do whatever you're doing, and just check on it, you know,
Awesome.
20 minutes from now, check on it and see if it's done.
I will do that. Good. Good to know. Thank you, Sarah.
Yep.
All right, ladies, have a good day.
Alicia, where are you storing these videos?
Thank you all.
I don't know where you want them.
Let's put them in staff training on EMSU underneath that the staff menu item.
Okay, I can do that.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Talk to you later.
All right. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good luck with your snack, Sarah.